In attack, clean up. Now the actual description for this attack is that she fires a short burst from her blaster that pokes at her enemy's patience, which I think is a great way to describe this attack because it deals so little damage. However, she reloads fast and can attack from a long distance away, which means that this attack will be very annoying. But unfortunately for her, that's pretty much all it's going to be. Meg's super, Mega Machina. Meg jumps into her mecha for some colossal carnage. It does take Meg 1 second for her to get suited up, and she's completely vulnerable during this time. If she does survive while suiting up, her mecha will give her 7,000 temporary HP that will completely change the way that Meg plays. While in her mecha, the health will decay 2% from her max HP every second, which means that she can survive for 50 seconds if it doesn't take any damage and she isn't healed from some other source. Speaking of which, teammates can heal her mecha, but the healing that it receives is nerfed by 80%. Once her mecha is destroyed, Meg hops out of it fully loaded with ammo, and she'll have just as much HP as when she first got into the mecha. But Bob's mecha attack, crowd control. While in her mecha, Meg's attack is a strong barrage of bullets that deal decent damage. They're fired very wide from each other, but if the enemy target is lined up perfectly, she can deal max damage against other brawlers. One thing that's interesting is that the projectiles are wide enough that they can actually be fired on opposite sides of objects like cacti in Showdown or even some thin walls. This is unlikely to happen in actual combat, but I did find it kind of funny. Rob's mecha super, feel the steel. Meg's mecha has its own super. It swipes a giant laser sword that deals an insane amount of damage, very similar to the attack pattern that BB has. However, it deals a lot more damage. This super is different from every other super in the game because it does not charge up from hitting enemy brawlers. Instead, it slowly charges up over 5 seconds, and this means that her mecha's super cannot recharge itself if it happens to hit multiple targets like a lot of other supers can. She has to wait for it to charge up again. Meg's gadget, Jolting Volts. When Meg activates this gadget, she'll heal the mecha by 450 health every second for 5 seconds. That's an additional 2,250 HP, which will help her stay in the mecha longer. First star power, Force Field. This star power gives Meg a shield for 30 seconds after her mecha is destroyed. That's right, 30 seconds for her shield. Plus the shield reduces damage by 35%, which is pretty significant. That's enough shielding to give her the equivalent of 4,738 HP, which is basically as much HP as Colette, Griff, and Penny. Meg's second star power, Self-Destruction. This star power makes it so that when Meg's mecha suit runs out of HP, it will explode and deal 1,000 damage to nearby opponents, as well as push them away up to 3 tiles. This will help Meg get out of a tough spot if the enemy is a bit too close and takes out her mecha.